Now, recently, members of the right wing have been attacking David Hogg, as well as some of the other Parkland survivors. These are high school students, of course, that have survived a horrific mass shooting and are now advocating for common sense gun control. No, they're not actually trying to get rid of guns. They're not trying to get rid of the Second Amendment, but they are calling for some gun control measures that are actually very popular with the American people. This has the right wing incredibly nervous. They are not happy with this. And so many personalities have come out and attacked some of these students. As I said before, the most recent attack, I should say, is on David Hogg. Now, Hogg was recently attacked and mocked on Twitter by none other than Laura Ingraham. Now, Ingraham basically teased him about not getting into a college. She tweeted, David Hogg rejected by 4 colleges to which he applied and whines about it. And she tweeted a link to a Daily Wire article. Now, Hogg told TMZ, and this is what the article is based on, that he had been rejected from UCLA, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Irving. But he was accepted at a Florida Atlantic University, Cal Poly, and Cal State San Marcos. Now, he told TMZ, look, I'm not surprised at all that I got rejected from certain colleges. That happens. In fact, he said, I think there's a lot of amazing people that don't get to go to college. Not only do things like I do, but because their voices just aren't heard in the tsunami of people that apply every year to colleges in such an economic impacted school system, here which we have in America, where people have to go into massive amount of debts just to go to college and to get an education. Okay, so look, that's fair. Now, does that sound like he's whining? Well, according to TMZ, no. The person who ran that story, and let me get his name here, Harvey Levin, writing for TMZ, he says, quote, on Twitter, David was not whining. I called him about the story. He was not feeling sorry for himself in the slightest. It was my idea that colleges should consider applicants who are so committed. Did you watch the video? My guess is no. And again, this is another way to say, oh, look at these entitled young people. And I love how they tend to lump them in with millennials, and which they basically say the same thing about. But no, this is Generation Z. These are younger people, younger than millennials. And look, they have the same problems as millennials, as they have the same world that the millennials have lived in, have inherited. So now, one, of course, I guess, solution to some of what he talked about, the huge amounts of debt, is debt-free college, where you actually go and you get tuition-free, or you get to go to a school, a public college or university that is tuition-free. That is a Bernie Sanders proposal that is getting adopted by some in the Democratic Party. That's great. I would love to see that, and that would actually help with that specific problem. Not so much with getting rejected, but nonetheless, again, that's not something that really bothered him too much, and a lot of people get rejected from a lot of colleges. The people who don't get rejected are people like Donald Trump, whose father had a lot of sway at Wharton. So, hey man, get my son into Wharton and then pass him through. Sure thing. How much money are you going to donate to the college? That's usually the question asked. But anyway, so now after Ingraham went after him, he decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to list some advertisers and say, you really want to do business with somebody who goes after 17-year-olds on Twitter? And he asked his 595,000 followers to call these different companies to voice their displeasure. Now, some of these companies include Hulu, Liberty Mutual, Sleep Number, and some other companies that have already responded. Now, he tweeted directly at those businesses asking if they would continue their support of this host. Because, look, consider what she's doing, right? She's basically punching down. She's mocking a survivor of a mass shooting. That's real fucking classy. And it's, look, it's not like, oh, I'm doing so, like, I'm coming after you and I'm saying that I have a different opinion than you and I disagree with that. No, you're basically mocking somebody for not getting into a college. Ha, he's not smart enough, he's an idiot, he didn't get into this college. What would be the point of such an attack? It's because, look, I think she's scared. I think a lot of these people are incredibly scared at the power of some of these people, these young people. I mean, look at what they've done. They've gathered together a lot of attention. And they've moved some lawmakers, even some lawmakers in Florida, to adopt some gun control measures. They've had an impact on the national conversation. Now, I would like to see them extend their impact to more people of color, things like that, in police brutality. But hey, you know what? One thing at a time, right? And I think on gun control, which takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort, especially going after and fighting against the NRA, which is the most powerful lobbyist group in America, what they've done so far is pretty amazing. And so I give them all the credit in the world. Now, basically, this story kind of illustrates how the right snowflake is melting because of this movement. They don't have any good ways to argue. They have bad arguments. They don't have any arguments. So they go after the messenger, right? That's why, of course, they go after David Hogg for not going into college or not getting into his college, and attacking Emma Gonzalez for wearing a Cuban patch on her flag, or on her jacket, sorry. Cuban flag patch on her jacket. So, look, now, as I said, these kids are fighting back, and they've already scored a couple of small victories. For one, Nutrish, one of Ingram's advertisers, told the Daily News that the company will cut ties with the show. They said, this is a spokesperson, "We are in the process of removing our ads from Laura Ingram's program, as the comments she made are not consistent with how we feel people should be treated." Not only that, but you have TripAdvisor also pulling their ads, and now the newest one, as of this recording at least, Wayfair. They have also decided to pull their ads. In response to all these advertisers leaving the show, Ingraham goes, oh shit, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm sorry. She tweeted, "Any student should be proud to have a 4.2 GPA, including David Hogg. On reflection, in the spirit of Holy Week, I apologize for any upset or hurt my tweet caused him or any of the brave victims of Parkland. For the record, I believe my show was the first to feature David immediately after that horrific shooting, and even noted how poised he was given the tragedy. As always, he's welcome to return to the show anytime for a productive discussion." And she, of course, puts a YouTube link of David Hogg being on her show. No, see, this wasn't saying, "David Hogg, you're welcome back on the show." No, this is a message to the advertisers. Advertisers, you're welcome back on our show anytime. See, look at me, I've made nice. Please don't go away. I mean, if you guys were hurt or offended at all, I'm totally sorry. And by the way, remember, he was on my show, advertisers. So don't leave, please don't leave. I love you guys. I love you advertisers. I love the Parkland kids. They're so great. They're so brave. They're so poised. Please come back. I miss you. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.